Alright everybody, so I finally get to do a metal detecting video. My first metal detecting related video this year. I didn't get to go out on a hunt. It was nice enough. Yesterday it was 50 degrees and sunny. Unfortunately, all my permissions are 3 inches of mud and 12 or so inches of ice underneath that. So still frozen, no big thaw yet. But I did want to make this video because on Friday I got this. Haha! Finally came in the mail from Arizona. It came from Russ Billabarone, Russ Balbaroni, Russ Balboa, Russ from RB Detectors. You guys probably know him formerly from his YouTube channel that was self-titled, or before that, the channel he had was called Treasure Bone. Great guy. He's out in Nevada right now, but he gave me a smoking deal on this puppy, and I really appreciate it. So go check out rbdetectors.com. You can from there you can get his phone number, business phone number. I've got some photos I'll upload from my receipt. I'm not going to tell you the price I paid for it, but I can tell you that it is previously loved. Very, very gently, as a matter of fact, very gently. And I can tell you that retail brand new on a machine like this is about $700. And you guys know me well enough to know that I'm a cheap mofo, and I didn't pay no $700 for it. Russ gave me a hell of a deal, even before he knew I was going to mention him in my video, which not a big deal, but hey, I appreciate it, Russ. Thank you very much. So let's do an unboxing. I've never gotten to unbox something before. I've seen dozens of people unbox things on YouTube, hundreds of people unbox things, and I've never done an unboxing. So let's see if we can do it a little quicker than everybody else. Ready? How's that? So here it is. I had to put it together, and it's your typical two-knob system that Fisher and Technetics both share, and some of the higher-end bounty hunters, like the bounty hunter, I think the platinum and the silver and the gold. But they're all the same company. Texas First is the mother company for Fisher metal detectors, Technetics metal detectors, and bounty hunter metal detectors. And they're also, they sub out some of their not lower end, but more mass-produced units, like the bounty hunters. You could find those also in another company. I think it's called Texas Star or Texas Ranger or something like that. But either way, they're all from First Texas, and this is my new toy. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to do an air test. There's too much crap in here to get interference from, but it's got a really big number display. I don't know how well you can see this. Alright, so again, I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just going to run you through real quick. So that's off, obviously. Turn it on. Goes through a self-test. Says gold bug. And then the first numbers you see sitting there is your gain. Okay. And then up comes your ground balance. Alright, so it's got ground grab. Alright, where you can... This pinpoint and ground grab button is the same deal. If you have this down here in all metal, then this is pinpoint. I mean, this is in discrimination mode, and we can watch the scale. Doot doot doot. It goes up, and then see the gray part tailing behind it here. Okay, from what I read, people usually run it around here. So anything up in here and that darker scale up in this area here is going to get the higher tone, okay, and activate a different setup I'll tell you about in a second. This gray right here, that's going to get that grunt, that irony grunt that everybody's used to hearing these fishers do. And anything below the grayscale, the lower grayscale, isn't going to get anything. So we're getting higher tones. Let's see if we can get a grunt. That's the grunt right there. So, yeah. And then this is in discrimination mode, where that scale comes into play. Anything above the black to gray mark, anything that's in the higher numbers, is going to activate the VCO system that this thing has. Let me turn this off for a second. And basically a VCO, it stands for voltage controlled oscillation, where the pitch and volume of a single tone is going to change depending on the size and depth of a target. Not necessarily the continuity that's depicted in the great big numbers you see right on the face here. It gives you a readout of your numbers as you saw just a second ago. So the VCO option on this sucker makes it one of the reasons I chose it. I wanted something with a little bit of a colorful audio. So the lower the volume, obviously, the deeper the target. The lower the pitch, the smaller the target, or something along those lines. They work together with size and depth of a target. The other thing I like about this is it operates at a different frequency than most of the detectors everybody is using for coin shooting and relic hunting. This operates at 19 kilohertz. If you watch a lot of videos like I do, you hear a lot of people talking about if they're using a Deus or something like that, or the XT, the CTX 3030. They'll tell you what frequency they're on. If they can change frequencies, they'll tell you what they're running at. This one can't change frequencies, but it stays at 19 kilohertz. Most of your relic hunting and coin shooting machines, like the Ace 150, 250, the F4, F2, and I think the Coin Master, they all operate between, and my other Fisher as well, my 1235X, they all operate between 5 and 8 kilohertz. The lower end of your kilohertz scale is going to give you a better range of quote-unquote metal detector visibility for your higher conductors like silver and copper, which is what coin shooters are looking for. Your mid-tones are picked up a lot better when you get up into the 15 to 24 kilohertz range, and smaller targets and less conductive targets like tiny pieces of gold can only be heard by other machines that are running, upwards of 60 kilohertz. I'm not gold prospecting, not necessarily coin shooting or relic hunting either, but with this machine here, there's a very wide scale between bottle cap and nickel, okay? To where the book tells you like a bottle cap is going to be a 38, a nickel is going to be 58. A pull tab or a ring pull is going to be, 48, 51, 52, 55 for a pull tab, and a nickel's going to be 58. So there's a much broader scale in there and a much more chance for you to tell the difference between the two. And it did come with the double D coil. That's the 11-inch double D coil. So that makes this the Fisher Gold Bug Pro DP. DP for deep penetration. As you can see, it's in very, very good shape. My camera stinks. It's got a little scuff here. Looks like it hit a linoleum floor. That's not scratches. That's actually, it's not a textured mark. It's just, it would probably come out with a bit of spit and some elbow grease. But other than that, I mean, even the bottom of the coil on this thing, that's me, but even the bottom of the coil on this thing, it's not marred or scarred or, crapped up or nothing. There's no paint chips missing anywhere on this sucker. Even the bottom, that's the big old fat speaker Okay, nothing is disturbed. The arm cuff, not even worn or broken in. The grip, the foam grip that always rips or gets dirty or nasty, first time you use it, this thing is pristine. And the other thing that I did like about this, it's not a big deal, it's easy to overcome, but it's a nice thing that they thought about it. It's got two size headphone jacks in there. You can use the large style or the small style. So it doesn't matter what headphones you have. There's still no volume control for your headphones. You have to do your own volume control. But again, nice to know that they thought of the option. So there it is, folks. The moment I've been waiting for. And if I could only get rid of this frickin' snow and ice. Thanks for watching. Pretty soon I'll be able to get out there and swing, beep, dig. Yeah, baby.